So, what beach in Italy could you use that song in? Could you
Ooh,
use that song in Italy? I don't think
but yeah,
so.
maybe in a movie on the beach. You know what I mean? Like about the ocean. About why not? Why not? Romantic and movie.
Romantic beach. Hi, Andres. Thanks for joining us. If you guys just joined us, this is Gogolab, and we have our one of our bass players in the stable, which we've not seen for how long? 2 years,
Oh, it's been a long
or
time.
it's been a
Yeah,
year and a
couple of
half.
years. Yeah.
In the world of COVID. And this is Mario, and Mario is originally from Italy.
Hi,
Um,
hi everybody.
and so I just want to, I'm looking at this crazy bio that you have, and wanted to ask you, can you tell us about when did you move to LA, and like what was life playing rock and roll in Italy, or what did you do when you were coming up?
Ooh, so I was I joined a rock band at some point in Naples, in a city where I was from, and the singer used to sing, used to be bilingual, so he used to sing English.
Uh huh.
Wasn't necessarily 100% great, but you know, he's a great singer. The band was killer. We were writing stuff. We, you know, somehow we got in touch with Steve Lukather from Toto.
No way. Okay.
Yeah, but he has a
Okay.
studio. He owns a studio in LA, which is called the Stakeout.
Yeah.
And you know, after listening to some of our music, you know, he said, "Why don't you guys send the demo? Maybe if you like the stuff, we can have you guys come over and record some stuff."
Yeah.
So that's actually what happened. We were the most excited musicians in Naples, I believe, at that time. The all four of us sold everything we had, bought tickets, you know, put together a demo of 5 songs. They loved it, so they took all our stuff and we left. That was it.
So you just went to LA.
Went to LA, you know, like just a scramble as any other band did. Um, and it was great. I think it was great to go there and like meet people trying to do the same thing I did, coming from all over the place, from China, from Thailand, from whatever. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
So be there and listen to everybody bringing their content, their flavor, their, you know, I think it was great.
Uh huh.
But as far as the making it as a rock band, I mean, that's the hardest thing. The last time it happened there was probably in the 70s.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
totally. So did you guys go back to Italy, or did you guys just like say no, we're moving to the United States, or how did that work?
You know, we actually stayed for about as a band together for about a year, maybe or two. I say closer to two, but by one, all the musicians kind of left, and all, you know, three of us stayed there, then two, and then the whole thing kind of broke apart. Each of us took our way, but we stayed in LA, at least three of us, because there was more music to do, or at least there was more momentum in
Sure,
LA. So we all stayed, and it worked out for some of us, you know.
cool. And then so what? So then you're in LA. How you're a young tyke. You're running around in LA and
Yeah, mainly between bussing tables as Italian restaurants,
sure,
you know,
sure.
trying to survive and go in studio and record and like just write all night. But you know, and we did a lot of writing. I probably have wrote like more songs than Sting, I would say,
Uh huh.
but they never went necessarily anywhere. They're just sitting there. But we recorded a lot, we played a lot, and then at some point when I got out of the band and I went my way, decided to try to do session. I just played a million show with a million artists. You know,
Uh
at
huh.
some point, you know, I met the right people, and then got invited to an audition, and you know, things get rolling, and then you get bigger gigs, better stuff, and it worked out. You know,
Nice.
yeah. So I think I was one of the luckiest that was able to get a good, you know, getting a good time, and maybe being different, being from Italy, having different musical background, you know, different way of playing, of approaching the bass.
Uh
I don't
huh.
know, maybe.
And what were your influences listening just when you were a kid? Like,
So, believe it or not, a lot of things were actually local or Italian, but then my father was a drummer. And a good one
I
too.
didn't know your
So
dad was a drummer.
yeah,
We've met your dad before
yeah,
in Denver.
he was a
Yeah.
killer drummer actually, Brian. He was very good, and he, you know, and he was for a while a professional,
Uh huh.
until whatever got married and had kids and
Yeah.
stuff as always.
Right.
But what happened is you know, this is the way it started. He was just brought music, you know, in the family, and all the stuff that he was listening was James Brown, Otis Redding, Ray Charles,
Uh huh.
all those peeps, you know, I don't know, like all those bigs, Stevie Wonder, you know, from the old rhythm and blues, soul, funk, you know. Also, I grew up with that stuff mostly.
Uh huh.
And then all the Italian pop melody, oh, Santa Lucia, all that kind of stuff, you know.
Uh huh.
So it's really is a blend of these two. The roots where I'm from, plus all the the R&B, the soul that I heard, all the stuff, the Motown,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah. Awesome. Well, we'll talk about some of the bands that you did in a little bit, but maybe we should play something.
Cool. Let's play.
And maybe maybe you and I should start something because it looks like Eric is in the middle of deep thoughts. Are you?
Unless he has a killer idea.
Yeah, I'm no, I'm just there's a weird gate on the steel, and I'm
No-
just trying to give it a hotter level going in so it
Okay.
doesn't gate.
Sure.
That's all.
Well, yeah, maybe we'll go Motown right now.
Should we close this
Stay
then?
away. Yeah, yeah. So why don't you turn off that mic, Eric, and
Yeah.
Mario and I are gonna make some Italian something soup, right? That's what we do.
That would be minestrone, I think, right?
we made Andres want to get pizza. This is pizza music.
Andres is on his way to New York City.
New York City. What's he doing? What's he going?
I don't know, Andres. What are you gonna do in New York City?
They got good
Aside
pizza
from getting
there,
pizza.
I hear. Good pizza.
He's gonna eat good pizza up there. Yeah, that's awesome.
So we did have a request on a theme.
Oh, really? I
earlier.
couldn't see it.
Yeah, well, it actually came from the booth.
Okay.
Randy,
Yes.
would you like you to do a
Can
theme
you can you
about?
show us the booth so we can see who's asking this
Oh,
question?
He's saying no.
Oh, come on.
He
Anyway.
doesn't have the. He can. So we're saying hi.
Hello.
So Randy would like to have a song about gremlins.
Gremlins.
Yes, because he's been having to deal with gremlins, and so should be funky, happy, that good stuff. Maybe gremlins eating tacos.
Okay.
Happy gremlins? I thought gremlins were kind of, like destructive and irritable.
Well, I think he's having some gremlins in the control room is what he's trying to say.
Oh, okay. So we need to cheer him up.
So we need to cheer him up. So that means that we need,
Gizmo.
that means that we have something. We have a tempo going. We've got our gremlins tempo going, and maybe I'll get a little gremlins loop going. For those of you that don't know what a loop is, we're gonna drop a loop and get some gremlins going. So this is what it's like.
And Vicky and all those out in Volume Land, this is time for gremlins emojis.
We'll take rats too. Rats, gremlins. Eric, make sure this is off. Is it off? That was some pretty gremlin-y stuff, if I could say so myself. Kind of like rat poison meets, I don't know. I saw some dead rats popping up on here. So I guess we're doing something right.
All right, yeah, dead rat music.
Dead
There's not
rat
enough
music.
dead rat music in the world.
We're gonna get to our dead rat punk music in a little bit, but we're gonna move.
We should do a dead rat medley. Doesn't that sound rolls off the tongue? Dead rat medley.
See, Mario's already got the bass line. That's the dead rat reggae, which we're gonna do next. Yeah. Well, I got to ask Mario just a little bit because I have this incredible career here in my hands, and so you were in LA for a while, and you played your most notable gigs, or the ones that most people saw maybe, were with a guy from System of a Down. Is that right? Or well, wait. Turn on your mic. Turn on your mic so I can hear you.
Ooh, sorry. So
So-
yes, it was with Serge Tankian, which is the singer of System. So when System got separated for a while, they each of them decided to go different way, and Serge went solo with a project that actually did fairly well on the first record. So we got the band, we toured for a while, then we recorded the second record, we toured for a while, then we had the third record, we toured for a while, and then we stopped. So this was between 2000, the end of 2006, so 2007 all the way to 2013, pretty much as far as range.
And can you tell us, because you guys didn't just tour, you guys like toured the world, right?
We did. We did pretty much the big circuit that System used to do, because Sergio was just coming out. It was the record was out, was doing good. Like after the first few weeks, it was already a 500,000 copy, which was a solo
Really?
artist.
After
Yeah.
2 weeks?
Yes, like really quick. But then the second record didn't do as well.
Sure.
Unfortunately, he decided to go a little bit more electronic and
Yep.
less rock and roll,
Yep.
and it lost a lot of momentum as far as people didn't really necessarily get it. It was more musical, but wasn't rock enough, let's
Sure.
say. Then third record came out, it did a lot better, but then at that point, it was all to the end of the System was
Yeah.
about to get back together.
Right.
That was it, man.
So well, you guys had to run. So can you tell us what it's like playing the European rock festivals? Because unfortunately, I don't have any of that experience.
It's interesting. I end up touring so much more Europe from US, from a big artist from US than when I was there. There we would do mostly locally stuff and Italy stuff, but
Right.
I would say Europe is a little bit more of a loyal public. It feels like people in Europe are a little bit more into the artists they follow. They buy stuff, they go, they see, they never judge. They buy whatever they do, even if they go solo, even if they change their thing. They're a little bit more faithful to the progression and the evolution of an artist. Here, instead, in US, it seems to be quick burning artist through, like in 2 years, done. You have 2 years of spend. If you're lucky, then you keep going. But otherwise, you're gone. You're
Right.
done. You're one of many. So it's
Right.
just a different way. It's interesting. Like here, people attention span, because there is so much more market, so much more production, so much more artists, and unfortunately a lot more garbage too, because it's bigger market. There is it's just I think the public is a little bit more dispersed. It's just not as focused. I think it was my impression. For example, I'll give a simple example. I heard the story when Serge, after doing a lot of the rock band, decided to go Serge Tankian and an orchestra.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
this rock thing with this huge orchestra, him on piano and singing, which was a beautiful project. But then
Yeah.
wherever they would go in a place where everybody was expecting System stuff, there was people like rocking out with the beat in front of them. It's like a solo by violin, and they go, yeah, rock and roll. The girl is taking a solo violin solo, and you're fucking screaming with the beat in your hand. Like, come on, take a second.
Well, people want to hear what they want to hear.
Right,
You know?
that's the thing.
Yeah.
They were into that thing. They were into the evolution of his artistship. They were into his system, obviously. Obviously big band. That made it big.
Yeah.
So
So what are some of those festivals that you played? Like, can you name some of the festivals in Europe? Some of the big rock
there is
festivals that you did?
one big festival that we played in Europe was. We played many, but the biggest one I think was called Rock and Rim.
Rock.
Sorry, Rock and Ring or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Rock and Ring is pretty much a festival that is like about totaling a couple of days about 300,000 people.
Jeez.
You don't even see the end of people when you see it. It's kind of like interesting because you don't really see the point. It seems like they are so disconnected from what you're doing that, but yeah, but they are there and they are dancing and they're listening. They love it, you know.
It's like one of those AC/DC videos where the crowd is just a
Right.
sea.
And in Europe, you see, like you see only
Yeah.
the video, but then when you are there, you really see these people committed. Like they every day they're like hundreds thousand people. I mean, it's just crazy. Really into the music, really spending time there, sleeping there, camping there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are serious. You know. It's a good-
So Vicky has a question. She
Yeah.
want to know: is that concert in the Netherlands?
No, that concert is in Germany, Rock am Ring, the one I'm talking about. Then there is plenty. We've done also stuff in Australia with the big day out. Some of those big festivals you fly all over Australia, all over like New Zealand and shit. So we did some big stuff. But I do prefer the smaller venues. I have to say, as far as intimacy with the people,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yeah.
But you know, but the rock festival,
Yeah,
many
it's-
people, you are just blown away.
It's
you
such
know.
a rush.
Yeah, that's it. It's like
Yeah.
really an hour of.
That's so cool that you've had that experience. That's really
It was
awesome.
fun. It was really fun. It was fun to go back really in my place anyway, closer to my place and be able to play there.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Well, maybe we should play a little something. Does Vicky have any suggestions? Any moods? Wait. She said that's possible in Europe. They can easily go to other countries. Yeah,
very, very true.
yeah. Well, let's play a little something, and we'll talk a little bit more. This is Gogolab on the Wrecking Room channel. If you like what we're doing, please hit the follow button. All you got to do is press follow, and you'll see what's going on here every, I don't know, 3-4 times a month. There's something cool going on, and you'll get a little notification. So,
Brian.
yes.
Vicky has responded with a request.
Okay, Vicky has a request.
She
Here we go.
wants groove.
She wants some groove. Okay, I think Garrick's got a groove going here, so we're gonna jump on this. So is that the Rat Poison reggae song? Or that was... All right, if you guys just joined us, this is Gogolab on the Wrecking Room stage on volume.com. We're here with Mario Pagliarulo. Rio?
Super Mario.
Super Mario. Super Mario. Mario's from Italy. He's been in the States for a little while.
20 years, almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years.
Actually, no. Yeah, 20 years, exactly 20 years.
And your sister lives in LA still?
Yes, she's still there. Hoping soon to get out, I think, but she probably has another couple of years to go. You know, her husband is a bassist, an amazing musician himself, and she's a killer promoter, a killer writer, so she's into the industry herself. But I think it's time for them to go back.
Yeah, are they going to go back to Italy?
I don't know. I think they'll probably use this experience that they had in US to bring it back to Europe. It's still whatever you've done in American market is still very it's still very appealing there. You know, so I think they might be able to find work. And they, you know, being Europe, they can work all over Europe really. And now knowing English will be easier for them to move around and travel a little bit.
So can we ask you real quick?
Yeah.
What's it like doing all of those big TV shows that you've done? You've done Tonight Show, Carson Daly, Jimmy Kimmel, blah blah blah. Got a long list of stuff here.
Anything? Yeah, go ahead.
Do they keep it as cold as we keep it in there?
Yeah, they do.
Because they, what's the deal with keeping the TV station cold?
I think it's just so that you can actually wear a jacket. You know what I mean?
So they can sit behind the desk.
Yeah,
and have
mainly it's like so that they can use the attire and make sure that they're appearing, that whatever appearance is a lot better. And I think it makes it easier when it's cold in the studio. But it's really hard to play like that. It's really hard to be able to stay warm and But I have to say I had a good experience there. I was lucky to get Jay Leno, and a couple of times we had killer guests. One time it was Robin Williams. I mean,
oh no way!
Not much before he actually went.
Yeah.
So it was cool. Cool to be just back there and listen to this famous peeps talking.
Sure.
Just a bunch of musicians hanging out.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
So when you did that, how much rehearsal do you guys get? Like a couple hours to get your shit together, or do they just?
Really. Not really. Once I think mostly all the texts set the whole thing up as it would be around our show. So we would just show up, play the whatever hour, and mainly just the sound check. It would be probably 20 minutes, maybe 25. Like we play really one song. So
and is your sound check like at 8 in the morning, and then you got to come back at 5? Or
no, it was not as bad. But it was definitely a half day there, since they have to account for I think timing, the whatever being live or not recording. So you have to be there and be able to do whatever they ask you to do. It's cool. It's pretty relaxed, I guess. I mean, also we were there when Jay Leno was there, and he was the king. I mean, nobody even
right,
so,
right.
So we were like treated pretty well, I would say.
Awesome.
Yeah, nice spot.
Awesome. And were there ever any kind of like weird like technical difficulties, or was it always like spot on?
No, I have to say most of these shows was pretty good. The Jay Leno, the Jimmy Kimmel, we did also Carson Daly ones. I mean, they were all spot on. They knew what's up. I mean, they do so long, and they do for so long. And the band that they have are killer too. So they're already set up to sound great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should play something. What should we play? Do we have anyone
I don't know.
asking
What
us
do you
for
guys wanna do?
Vicky said that was the groovy sleep song, so I guess we got to wake her up with something.
Let's do boots and skirts and boots and skirts.
Boots and skirts.
What about
I've got some boots and some skirts I can pull up here.
Wait, Eric, you always sign me the key, so I know whatever key you prefer.
I would take the key from you, but I'm getting so much low end out of the bass.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. So play something high when you start.
Cool.
Play a little fill up high, and then I'll know. Oh yeah.
Cool.
That's all right.
All right. Ben has joined the crowd. Hi, Ben. Hope your show was good tonight. Thank you guys for stopping by. This is Tamara Vega, TV in the house tonight. Thanks for coming by. I can't breathe through this mask. Woo! So this is Gogolab. We make up all this stuff on the spot. So if you guys have any ideas, you guys just let us know, and we will hopefully come up with an idea that suits your mood or your need at the time. If you like what we're doing, press the follow button. Just press the follow button anyway, even if you don't like us. Tonight on bass, we have Mario, Super Mario, originally from Italy. Now he's been a Colorado resident for how long?
It's been 12 years.
12 years.
No, wait. What am I talking about? Sorry, since 2012. So 9 years.
9 years. All right. So next year you'll be a local.
Yeah. 10 years. Takes 10 years to be a local.
Takes
That's
10,
cool.
10
I
years
like
to be a
that.
local. Totally.
I like that. So I'm close.
So Mario is now you came to Colorado, or I heard of you because you played with a guy named Trevor Hall,
Right.
and I had played some gigs opening for Trevor Hall, and a guy named Rob Drabkin who's been on the stream here, and he said, oh, there's this bass player who played with Trevor Hall who's moving here, or who moved here or something, and somehow I met you, and we've been playing together for 9 years.
For a long time, yeah. And you know what? What is interesting? I remember you guys. I remember having a show with you guys, and it was you, Eric, Dave Preston,
Uh-huh.
Bijou, and Rob.
Was that a Trevor Hall show?
I think it was a Trevor Rocha. I think
Yeah.
it was at the Fox Theater.
Okay.
And you guys were opening for
Yeah.
us, and I was like blown away from you guys. I was like, wow, these people can actually play. I was like, I'm not gonna go on bass after Bijou. I was like, ooh. Killer band. Yeah, so I worked out. I think that literally just the first week I was in town, I got a few connection already. I think Denver was so full of music going on that it was really easy to get into the music scene. And I mean, it helped obviously to have the connection of a bigger bands that were, which was a different circuit. If I would ever come here and just go through the clubs and do, it would have been a lot harder. But just
Right.
starting at least with you guys, killer
And that's where you
musicians.
stayed. was with us.
I mean, at least a killer caliber of musician, and not just the club scene. Whatever.
Right.
But-
So, and I'm trying to remember, who was the drummer in Trevor when you played with him?
It was a guy named Chris Steele.
Okay, there's another guy that I met, and he actually texted me a week ago, and I got to get back to him, but he lives in Nashville now. He's really phenomenal drummer, and so that was after your era. It was a different
possibly.
band.
Would you remember his name?
I'm spacing it right now.
Ooh.
He's a drummer in Nashville, and but he was spectacular. Went to Berkeley, blah blah blah. He came over here and jammed and did some stuff at my place.
Nice.
But Trevor's always had these really great bands, and we've always really enjoyed listening to him and do his reggae, whatever he does, yoga reggae.
So very different world of what I was doing with Serge.
Exactly. How did you adapt from the world of hard rock
it's
to
interesting.
yoga music?
And from the bus to a minivan, as far as the But the thing is, we in Italy, I think again, my luck really, the fact that in Italy we play it all. We just play a little bit of everything. Whatever is trendy that year, we learn the funk, the reggae, the dance, whatever it is going on, right? And because there is such a big variety of music going on, and the one that makes money is really very bizarre. You get to play all kinds of music, and especially where I'm from, the music from Napoli especially. There is a lot going on, where you learn all kinds of stuff, from polka to funk to jazz. It's all mixed up. It's all a fusion of cool stuff. So I think this being very eclectic is what was able to, also coming from groovy stuff. Anyway, rock and roll wasn't necessarily my bag. I learned by rocking with the band, and it helped me a lot. It got to a different, but my background was still very groovy. So getting into reggae music, which I was at least a good listener. I never played it before a little bit, but was not really into it as much until I met Trevor and work with him, and it was great. I think we had a good experience. It was, we were able to play shows with the bassist of Bob Marley with the band.
Oh wow.
With the band, with steel poles and like
Yeah, I
big,
played a show with them before. Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's cool to be in that vibe, and the musicianship, such a different world, and the musicianship is killer too. I mean, it's just different way of approaching music. In a way, actually, Trevor and Serge are very similar
Mm-hmm.
because Serge is very into like meditation, into Buddhism himself. Actually, so they share this thing of the yoga, the meditation. I think
Mhm.
both of them vegetarian, like both of them really careful about that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of the same in a way, like some of the same idea. You believe it or not, the rock and roll scene in LA is really blah blah blah. At the end, it's like the really rock and roll scene ended with Guns N' Roses. I wanna say, everything else is just a scene, but everybody is like I don't know, it's just different. I felt like the Trevor world, being a smaller world, was a little bit more authentic as far as the vibe around it, the way the things we were used to do, and also again, I'm fan of smaller venues, so that there is more intimacy. Especially Trevor is more of a kind of artist where he's really good already on his own. So
yeah.
so there's a lot of that intimacy with the public, and it's fun to play with him. He's great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have to say, I got lucky. Both of them very good artists. Like
Yeah.
people that can write a song in a day, sit down. I have a song, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that.
We love that.
Fuck yeah.
We love that. And then he moved. Does he still live in Boulder? Did he move to
He
Boulder
did,
like
yes.
like 5 or 10 years ago,
Yeah,
or 5 years ago?
Maybe about 6 years ago,
Yeah.
I think. And he moved here. We are not really much in touch. Every once in a while we text each other, but he lives here. It's chill. He really likes it. He has family here. Anyway, we used to come here and stay a little bit longer in this area because he had the family. So when we used to tour,
Okay.
yeah. So I think it made sense for him to move. LA was too much for him. He used to live in a place, like in a kind of a like a place full of monks just meditating, like
Yeah.
really literally a hut, and just really following the religion and stuff. It was really cool. I mean, it was cool to get into the world in
Uh-huh.
a different way. Yeah. So
So many different journeys.
yeah, different
Maybe
journeys,
do we
different
have
tips.
like a monkey kind of Far East sound, Eric? Is it possible? He's pondering. Oh, what do we
nice.
have here? Oh, Ben actually had an idea playing board games for money. I think that's not this song though. We're gonna do the chill. We're gonna do our chill Far East vibe here, maybe. Although I need something steady to play to. Is your mic off? So Gogolab is also called Dance Research. Those of you who don't know what Gogolab is, Gogolab is a band. We improv everything, and
We used to do a lot more dance research. We used to do like 15-15, which was like missing a tiny piece of a beat every
That's
measure.
true.
See if people could dance to it, you know.
we did we did that, and we found out that people can dance in the 15 time signature
They can,
with a
but
little jerk.
they
every once
always
in
look a
while.
little confused. They always look a little confused. But if they're determined to dance, they will.
Or like in 9, or what was the song on the Stakeout record?
Right? That's 9. That just had an extra beat
Yeah.
every once in a while, and it's like whatever.
So if you guys want to look up Gogolab, you can find it at gogolab.com, and you can hear a few records on the interwebs. We have a spy record called the Stakeout. So if you're in a spy mood, you want to listen to that. We have a holiday record. Yeah, thanks, Jesse. Jesse put up the gogolab.com. But the whole deal is that we just get together. We don't know what we're gonna do, and we just do it, and
And have fun.
have fun. And so that's what we're doing tonight. So thanks for listening. What else do we say about Mario? I mean, this impressive resume, all this stuff. Jeez. What? Quincy Jones? Wait, what's this? Steve Lukather, Lionel Richie. What did you guys do collaborations with those guys?
No, we just met them.
Oh, well, that's cool.
He's saying what we no mainly is I think is the collaboration we did with Steve Lukather. So and that's probably the names that he worked.
Sure. Yeah. And so, what was it like working with Steve Lukather? Because he's like
He's
like
great,
an
man.
idol for
He's-
a lot of us.
He was
Steve Lukather is the guitarist from Toto.
yeah,
If you guys
and
don't
he's-
know,
I think is one
And
of
a
the
big
best
producer.
musician I've met. I have to say, his musicality is incredible,
Mm-hmm.
and he's very very nice guy. I mean, he came in LA in the time, and as you all know, like the time we all like look after those years where all these people record all the same record, Jeff Porcaro, Steve Lukather, all the same. They are all the same. They are all in all the biggest record possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so to meet people like this, but very chill, they were like really, there's no ego, no shit, they're really cool. They're just people.
yeah.
But you put the guitar in there and then just magic comes through.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
It was great. It was great to be in a place where you would see like big artists coming in and recording. We would have just little holes here and there whenever they were open, go in and record our shit, our stuff.
Right.
But they were booking stuff from Capitol and things. So we saw a bunch of artists coming to his studio because it was one of the only studio or the few studio that have an old Neve board from the 70s that is about like $2 million, something like that. Like an insane board. Sounds
Wow.
great. It's a good place, So people come there to record, and we were lucky to do our demo there. However, when we were in the process of doing this, they put us with the producer. That wasn't really that good. I mean, it wasn't good. It was really into the 80s. Huge reverb and huge stuff, really, even before Toto, even more than Toto, and we weren't. We were like, a bunch of new kids in 2000 who wanted to do stuff like, we were like nice and crisp and tight, and not just to like really in your face, different, like more like, I don't know, I'm thinking of Bush. It's kind of band, that era, instead of like, the 80s, even before. So we end up like never liking what we recorded there, which was a bummer because, the sound would have been great, but
Yeah.
unfortunately whoever was taking care of the decoration wasn't working.
Bummer.
That's cool. Whatever.
And
Things go on.
And where did you guys do that? Was that at Steve's place or was that at Capitol or where was that?
No, there was it was the Steakhouse in LA, which but it was it was whatever under division was Capitol. We never got signed, but we did the demo that was for a while shopped in Japan. But we had like a couple of connections, but nothing. And then the band broke up, so we had a big fight with so nothing went forward with the band. But a few of us got lucky that were able to do music, like me, just jump into it and was able to get the train and worked out.
Awesome.
So
Jumped on the rock and roll shit twister.
yeah, but then we never saw those guys anymore. Every once in a while we would go to see them live playing at the Baked Potatoes or anything like this. But it was it was born in that relationship anymore where it was easy to. But still, it's cool to have a window in
Totally.
that place.
Totally. Eric, do you have any ideas coming to mind over there?
Not really.
No. We usually
So,
rely on Eric for,
we
set the
have
mood.
Kurt Becker.
Kurt Becker, thanks for joining us, Kurt.
Yeah, and he was saying earlier funk, jazz, or blues, and he says this is like a controlled jam in the loosest terms.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Thanks, Kurt.
Sure, we'll take that.
We'll take whatever we can get.
What if you play like a really funk, like maybe bassline iconic?
Oh yeah, we were gonna do this, yeah. So this is the portion of the program where we pick out iconic bass lines, and this is a Michael Jackson line, and so we just jump on the Michael Jackson line, and we see where it goes. right, Kurt, that was for you. Kurt likes that one. So this is the portion where we do iconic bass lines. So this is where we take an iconic bass line and we mess it up, or we do something with it.
We do something besides the
Something
song,
besides the song.
which we don't actually know. Since we don't know the song, we just do the part we do know.
Yeah. So what do we have going on here? Is this like Pink Floyd? Yeah. See? We should know that, right? So I'm going to play an Afro beat instead of the Pink Floyd beat, and then we're going to see where that goes. I can't breathe in this mask anymore. Woo! Thank you guys for joining us with Gogolab. This is the Wrecking Room stage on volume.com. For those of you guys who have not seen us before, we do different stuff here almost every week. Just push the button and you'll get notifications from us. Also, I'm going to take this thing off for a second. If you want to see other stuff on this channel, just press the clips button and you can see clips from all these different artists that have been here and see what's coming up. Just sign up. Woo! Yes, there are Gogolab records available. They are online. I think we do maybe one more thing, like a Waltz Core.
Waltz
or something.
Core!
Do we have a request for a Waltz Core?
How about Waltz Core meets Freddie Mercury with Under Pressure?
Oh. Well, I think maybe we got to do the under pressure thing first, into the Waltz Core.
That works.
Yeah. Who knows this bass line? Come on.
What key do you wanna do it, Eric? That's fine.
You can turn off your mic. All right, who knows this bass line? That was composed by the great Eric Moon, ladies and gentlemen. And Gogolab.
Lovely.
Well, thank you guys for listening. This is going to be our last little ditty. We're going to play a genre that we stumbled upon during a holiday record, and it's called Waltz Core. So you take waltz, and you take some hardcore, and you put it together, and it sounds like circus music on speed.
Mushroom.
Mushrooms. So thanks you guys for listening. This is Gogolab on the Wrecking Room stage. Thanks to Mario. Thanks to Eric.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thanks to
Hi, everybody.
Randy and Jesse. Can you guys wave to us in the control room? Working so hard. Come on. You can wave. You can wave. Yeah, we're gonna play a little waltz core, and we're gonna jump out. So we'll see you guys next time. We're having a waltz core meltdown.
Oh man.
Maybe on the other instrument? Oh, here we go. The circus is coming back. Hold on, hold on. All right, thanks everyone. This is Gogolab on the Wrecking Room channel on volume.com. Please hit the follow button, and we'll see you next time. Eric Moon on the keys,
Woo!
on the computer, on the steel, on the crazy ideas. Mario, Super Mario, playing bass tonight. Thank you, Mario.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to see you again. It's been, what, a year and a half?
Likewise.
Yeah,
Long
it's been-
time, man.
We're going to have Mario back. We're going to have Eric back. So we'll see you guys next time, and thanks a lot for watching.